For Anne Morecambe it proved to be a long, worrying morning. She had not gone to bed the previous night until almost 2 in the morning, and then she had lain awake in her room, listening for the rasp of a taxi's wheels on the drive, heralding Eric's return. She had drifted off to sleep just before dawn, but was wide awake and out of bed by 7, feeling drugged with tiredness and anxiety. She could not understand why Eric would have found it necessary to stay out. She had rung the flat several times, on the off chance that he might have decided to stay in Newcastle rather than make the journey out to Sedley Hall, but there had been no reply. There was the possibility that he might have stayed in an hotel, but she thought it unlikely when the flat in Gosforth was available. At about 11, she rang the solicitor to the board, Mr. Higgins, but he was unable to give her any information. He caught the sound of anxiety in her tone, however, and she explained that she was worried because, in his state of health, Eric should not be staying away from the Hall.
"He is a grown man," old Higgins said sententiously, "and more aware than anyone of his own health. I shouldn't worry. He'll have met someone, spent the night."
He coughed discreetly, as though he had just considered the possibility that Eric Ward might have spent the night with a woman other than Anne Morecambe.
"As I said, don't worry. He'll turn up or get a message."
"Do you think I should call the police?" A note of alarm entered the solicitor's voice.
"Oh, my dear girl, positively not. It's far too early to be thinking of that sort of thing. Dear me. He rang you last night, didn't he?"
"Well, yes, he did," Anne admitted. "He couldn't ring from the office, so he called me later, before he took a meal in Newcastle. He told me he'd arranged to meet someone."
"Who?"
"A man called Kenton, an ex-colleague from his days in the police force." Anne hesitated, unwilling to say more regarding the reasons for the meeting.
"Well, there you are, then," Higgins chuckled. "They'll have got to talking about the old days. You know the sort of thing men do in such circumstances. He'll turn up later this afternoon, believe me. He'll just have stayed the night with this fellow Kenton. But as for calling the police, believe me, Anne, it's neither necessary nor wise. You don't want the story getting out that you'd called them out to look for your friend, and then when he turns up, the publicity."
Higgins was right, of course.